Namaste, I am Rajesh Kamath. I am a practitioner, teacher, and student of Bharatiya Shastra and more specifically Kautilya Artha Shastra applied to daily life. And this is a series which is about Kautilyan psychology applied to your professional lives and crafting a strategy around it. Yes, so we just heard what are the instances in our itihas where you got to know how four people, and very, very pointedly, I gave you examples where those four people using certain ways were able to exploit the mind of the other person. That's number one. Secondly, I want to tell you, lest you think that all of this is about manipulation. No, my dear friends. Manipulation is when your end is not of a high order, where your end is not a higher purpose. But when your purpose is high, when your intent is good, when your goal is lofty, all that you do in its wake becomes as noble. Please understand this. So many a times we misunderstand Acharya and thinks he's manipulated people. Well, my dear friends, in creating an Akhanda Bharat, it calls for so much. He gave his own life to do that. I don't mean literally giving up his life, but he gave his entire youth in this exercise. So let's go into the first kind. The first tool, my dear friends, is called Saam. Yes, it is the first of the four things that you heard repeatedly associated with Acharya Chanakya, which said Saam, Daan, Bhed, and Danda. Please get the order right. Saam, Daan, Bhed, and Danda. Over here, Saam means conciliation. Conciliation means building a conversation and then finally being able to convince the other person of the point you want to drive across. That's conciliation. How does conciliation happen? It happens in many ways. Let me tell you how. This type, or rather this approach of Saam, works best for Kruddha, because they are driven by emotion. That means if you are able to drive their emotion in the right way, you will be able to get them to move in the direction you think is appropriate. So what do I mean by it? Let's take an example and then I'll give you two more and then an exercise for you to practice Saam. There is a very famous clip. Perhaps you can look it up online. There's a woman who is extremely angry. She's just received her box of pizza that she ordered online. And she complains that I've got something completely different. What nonsense is this? And she is angry and, firing the person at the other end. But the other person is a seasoned customer service professional. He doesn't once get angry. He asks her all the right questions to figure what she sees when she opened the pizza box. And he figured that what she had was indeed what she had ordered for. But he leads her through it by saying, have patience with me, ma'am. I will tell you what's to be done. Please be with me. And he has her pack it again, close the box, and then he says, just turn it over completely. And he says, now open it. And lo and behold, it was exactly the pizza she had ordered for. You guessed it. She had actually opened it the other way and she thought she got the order wrong. Now, any other customer service professional may have washed it up by making her feel stupid and saying, hey, why are you yelling at me? You've got the thing correct. You are being foolish about it. But not this experienced chap. This is called Saam, because he asked the right questions to get the data and then he was able to explain and guide in the right way. So what is it that we can learn through this experience? Here are the 4 steps, my dear friends. First is that ask questions with all interest. Number 1. Number 2, listen carefully to the responses. Number 3, through these asking questions and listening and you are acknowledging, build rapport, build trust. Sometimes it can be openly seen. Even if it is not seen, it is slowly building up. And then the 4th is, having won the trust, having built a rapport, now you say what is suitable for that occasion to get across your point. This is an example of Saam. Saam can be used in many ways. Now, the exercise for you, my dear friends, is please identify a situation that you are presently tackling and having a hard time finding a solution to. Okay? And it is a kind where probably the person across is not really the type who can be managed very easily because he or she is emotional. Try these 4 steps and you probably have learned the first lesson in applying Saam. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Namaste and Dhanyavad. If this is something that you like, you can continue to follow us and get all the previous videos on our Instagram handle and on our YouTube channel.